So I wanted to hop on today. I already actually wanted to share with all of you a day in the life of movement, just to give you a sense of it. Some people really ask me and they want to know what I'm doing all day, every day. So I wanted to give you that sense of it, but I actually really now, especially at least in Washington State, and I know in many other states, there's new measures in effect for lockdown and staying at home. I wanted to give you a sense of it because my movement life since 2020 has been pretty set in certain ways, and so I'm not going to be making a ton of adjustments myself this week, but I wanted to help you all make some adjustments to your own movement life and staying inspired and staying in action on it. And I will say this, there's so many things that we need when we have to make adjustments and shifts and changes. And moving your body is honestly such an essential piece of it. It will de-stress you. It will help you stay focused and energized. It will help you stay on track. There's actually a study that I've posted in various places that says that a 15-minute jog is more relaxing than actually sitting and relaxing. Like, they've actually done a study on this, and it showed that the people who went on a 15-minute jog were more relaxed, or like moved their bodies for 15 minutes, than the people who didn't move. So keep that in mind for yourself if you're feeling tempted to, like, oh, I need to decompress, I need to de-stress, and it actually means you're scrolling on a phone rather than moving your body. And I just highly recommend that you shift into something that's gonna be physical, help you move, release your stress, reconnect to yourself so that you can really handle the constant changes. Everyone I know is reassessing, looking at their holiday plans, making changes. So do what you can for yourself first so that you can really help yourself for whatever is coming, because we don't really know. So with that in mind, I'm going to just tell you how my day goes and how I kind of piece it together in terms of movement. So I've always been an advocate for this for anybody who is a commuter, but I used to always my thing is I walk when other people are commuting. So if I have a meeting starting at 8 a.m., I always get up at 6. If I have meetings starting at 9, I'm always up by 7. So I always get up 2 hours in advance. And so that just gives me time to bring in lots of rituals. And so I have both personal, like internal rituals. I have meditation in the morning, and then I also have a movement ritual. And I take a full hour every morning for a walk with my dog Coco. Every morning from 7 to 8 or 8 to 9, we walk. We, usually cover a mile or two. She plays a little bit, plays fetch. And then we really, for me, that's a time to decompress. I generally don't do anything on that walk except walk. Occasionally I'll message with a friend or talk to somebody, but mostly that's really a time for me to connect and really get clear for my day and get ready and steady for my day, or notice if there's like stress mentally, and just getting myself and moving my body and getting set and really clear. And then after that, I typically work. Like, I'll work for 3 to 4 hours, depending on the time, with occasional standing up movement breaks. If you're wanting to know really the full breadth of movement, I move between sitting on the floor and standing up for my workstation. And then at noon, I often take a yoga class. I get online, I take a yoga class, it moves my body, it helps me decompress from whatever has built up over the morning of meetings or clients or whatever it is that I'm working on. So I typically will take a yoga class, then I have lunch, and then I take Coco on another walk. So I pretty much have built in a 2-hour break in the middle of the day. I know that not everyone has that space and that time, but I would recommend moving in some fashion in the middle of the day. If I don't take a yoga class, I always walk Coco. Like, I just always have that space and time for me to get set. It also brings in energy and focus for myself in the afternoon. It is better than another cup of coffee. It just brings in that jolt of energy. And then I'm usually back working again like 2:30 or so, and I'm working with clients or other people. And then I work for another 3 hours or so. And then in the afternoon at 5:30, either I might actually take a class then. So if I didn't take a yoga class at noon, I'll take a class at 5:30. It might be yoga. It might be a fitness class with my gym. And people often ask, like, how do I decide? And it is actually often what my body is asking for. Like, yoga is very stabilizing for me and very centering. If I take a fitness class, it's because I want a little more pop of energy, or just to change up my routine if I'm feeling a little stagnant physically. And then that's really it, because if I've done those 2 walks and then I've taken a class and I've been sitting and standing up and down, I pretty much have fulfilled for myself my minimum standard, which is walking 10,000 steps a day, which is 4 to 4.5 miles. And then I'm also covering me just getting other kinds of movement that help me feel like I'm not just walking, but actually engaging on a different level. And then in the evening, sometimes I'll roll while watching TV, but I don't necessarily do that much. Like, if I feel like I've gotten my walk in. If I haven't gotten my walk in, I might walk around my house. Honestly, when it's cold, like, I'll do that. And that's really a completion of a movement day for me, is that I've done all of those things. And I just am sharing it with you. There's lots of ways to be more creative around it. I do have a dance class that I throw in sometimes. I've been going in person to a dance class, and obviously that one is moving online, and I do that one on Wednesday evenings. But I really just try to keep myself moving throughout the day consistently. Like, I don't just have it like I only move for 1 hour at one point of the day. You may notice, right, there's morning movement, there's midday movement, there's evening movement sometimes too. And so if I feel like I'm physically feeling stuck or stagnant, or I'm really tired, I will get up, might add in another walk, or I might add in another class. So I just wanted to give you some ideas and sense of that if you're building in consistently, to me, every 3 hours or so, 3 to 4 hours, like I'm definitely starting to feel like I need to move my energy and feel connected to myself again. That's what I do. I find a way, I do that. For those of you who are like, wow, those are long chunks of time, I totally get it. I know not everyone has that schedule and flexibility for it. So you might need to do like 15 to 20 minutes. Like the morning is 15, 20 minutes, midday 15, 20 minutes, evening 15, 20 minutes. Like build it in. That works if you have family, kids. Like this might be something you have to build in with them. And if you're curious if I walk no matter the weather, the answer is yes. I always walk no matter the weather, even if it's a downpour. If that's the time that I have to go, Coco and I are out the door. Like we just go, I put on a really good raincoat, and then that's always happening. So I just wanted to give you some sense of it. It's not crazy, honestly. It might sound crazy to you. You might be like, wow, she's just doing tons of stuff all day. But it really is foundational for me to stay steady and focused. I have very full work days. Like when I'm working, I'm like all in with clients or whatever else is going on. And I really need those breaks, mental breaks, connection breaks, resetting myself, really staying clear. And I will say right now, there's a ton of extra stress that's coming in right now. And so for you to do whatever you can to really help yourself and to connect is so essential at this time. So anyways, thank you so much. It's so great to be here with you. And I'm getting a question, so I'm going to answer that.